everyone, and welcome to Dreamleapers Inspiration. I'm your host, Harriet Cole. Always an honor to be with you at this very important moment as we begin our day, our week. How are you? When you check in with yourself, how are you feeling? Did you get any rest and rejuvenation this weekend? Depending upon when you tune in, just whatever part of the week it might be, do you feel that you took the time to fill your spirit, to fill your cup? And if you didn't, can you do it now? During this time that we are together, let's do that. Let's take a moment to just be present, be fully present, and be grateful for the day, for the moment that we're in. Because that is all that we have. This moment right here is what we have. How can we honor that moment? What do we do with that moment? How do we serve that moment? I've been spending a lot of time thinking about focus, in part because we just started our 100-day plan last week. And the goal is for everyone who's participating to focus every single day, at least an hour a day, on whatever you have promised yourself that you want to do for your life. Imagine what happens when you do that. You focus with intention. And that every single day for a specific period of time, and this time we chose 100 days, imagine what can happen for you if you focus at least 1 hour every day with intention on something that you have committed to do for your life. Well, guess what? What happens is great things come. It's like watering a plant. And when you water that plant, what happens is it gets the nutrients that it needs in order to grow, right? So when we think of watering the plant of our lives, what happens? Looks like we're having a little bit of lag. I hope that we're okay. Let me just see. Yeah, hopefully our connection is going to be our friend today. Sometimes we have lag in our lives, huh? Sometimes we say we're going to do something, but then we're moving pretty slowly when it's time to do whatever that thing is. And so maybe this is our reminder. What do we need to do in order to stay the course, in order to stay focused, in order to focus with intention? And why I chose focus with intention, it was very deliberate because I was thinking about what are the distractions that are in our lives. Now, you can ask yourself this question. What are the distractions in your life? What happens in the course of a day? What do you allow yourself to think about and do that may not be serving whatever purpose or purposes you've given yourself as your focal points? What do you do? I was just with a group of young people who have the opportunity, which many people still have, to work from home. And as they were working, they were playing some kind of video game. And these are really smart people who we live in a culture where now our attention can be divided so easily. It's just very common for that to be the case. And they certainly had divided their attention. And part of what they were doing was participating sort of halfway on calls and with this controller. I mean, they were playing. I said, okay, I see. This is what happens now in our lives. That was their distraction for this particular time. It didn't go on all day, but I watched them divide their attention between whatever their work responsibility was in this game. How many of you keep the news on in the background so that you can know what's going on in the world, and you just want to make sure you know exactly what's happening, because is the world going to come to an end while you aren't looking? There have been many times in recent days and years that people have felt that way, and so they leave it on in the background. Or is there some show that you've been binge watching and You just wanna watch that last episode, so you keep it on in the background while you're doing something else. Or you obsess over a person or a situation and allow your mind to go down that rabbit hole rather than staying focused on whatever it is that you have committed to do. These I'm just naming a few things, but as I name them, I know that for some of you it will resonate. What is it that do you listen to audiobooks, and is that audiobook playing while you're trying to finish a report? What is it that you do that is a focus, but not necessarily with intention? That it becomes a distraction because it is not in alignment with whatever you have promised yourself you're gonna do for your life at this moment. And I wanna challenge all of us, first of all, to say, I know we have these things. We all have these things. We have things that stand in our way. We have things that we may not even realize we're doing, but in fact, they take up time. And we have the ability to not do them. We have the ability to stop doing them. I see my friend Peaks. Good morning, Peaks. So good to see you. So good to connect with you and with all of you who are joining. And by the way, tell me where you're joining from. Today, I'm back in New York City and I've been traveling around. Where are you? Where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know. And I'd love to know, do you feel like you focus with intention? Do you feel like that's something that you do? Going back to Peaks, who is here right now, she was with me in the very, very beginning when I started Dreamleapers Inspiration, which is now 5 years ago. We started in April of 2020 when the pandemic had shut every one of us down. And back then, I did it every day, every weekday. I was trying to do it every single day, but needed some time off. But for a couple of months, we did Monday through Friday. And then after a while, got into the rhythm of once a week. But we connected back then because we needed to have a covenant of love and support and being uplifted with each other at a time when our whole world was shut down. I'm sure many of you remember how frightening it was to be in this space where there was illness that made everybody go home and lock the door. And yet, as human beings, we need to be with each other. And so, what I did was to create this broadcast so that we could connect. And it's amazing that it's 5 years later and we're still doing it. And we have had people join recently from Brazil and from London and from Alabama and from Massachusetts and all over. And everyone is welcome. Everyone is welcome to get refueled, to find ways to tap into the greatness that exists within each one of us. And somehow it can be a little sweeter when we do it together. When we do it like this with like-minded people. And by the way, we now invite folks to come on the platform to talk with me. So if you'd like to do that, you can log in a little differently. Go to my website, harrietcole.com/inspiration, and you can come right backstage and we'll welcome you into on stage with me if you'd like. So please join if you want to do that. And you're also welcome to just stay where you are and just be present in this way. But focus with intention. Why I chose that and to qualify focus with intention is because of what I was mentioning just a moment ago. We do focus on a lot of things without realizing it. We often stumble into a focal point and realize, wow, I spent a lot of time thinking about that, doing that, a lot. I spent more time than I had any idea of, right? And, oh, Virginia says, "Sometimes I journal while listening to music." So that actually may not be a distraction. It depends what the music is. If the music can take you into a deep, sweet space of quiet, because music is used in church and all spiritual traditions, music is used to can be used to bring you closer to the heart. So it depends upon what the music is and what the music uh, triggers in you. If it's music that helps you to go inside, then it might be the perfect thing for journaling, right? That's that's definitely possible. I've got someone else, Victoria says, as a wellness enthusiast, I can say this topic is so important at this time. Focus with intention and not lose purpose for the outcome. Yes, we need goals. Goals help us to live, goals help us to move forward. I think about this time, which I've shared with so many of you, as a tender time for my mother. And we have been having so many goals with her that have allowed her to be enthusiastically focused on being present for whatever next is. So, for example, in her birthday's in October, and it was this past October that she turned 95, and she was not well, um, I guess in that September. And she was clear that she wanted to celebrate her birthday. And so we set a clock in a sense together. Okay, mama, you have to do everything you can to heal yourself so that on October 28th, we can celebrate your birthday. And it worked. That power of intention and focus on whatever the doctor said she had to do, she did it. And she prayed and we prayed, that the grace and self effort, right? That she did the work and we asked for grace to support her. And then we had the birthday, and I mentioned to you before there were 5 people who were between 94 and 100 celebrating with her. And then after that, there've been other goals that we've had, that we had the goal for Thanksgiving and the goal for Christmas, and now it's the goal to be able to go outside in the sun. When you set a focus for yourself, you create a timeline and a trajectory that you can reach your goal if you focus with intention on it. So you do not allow the distractions to get in the way. You choose to stay in alignment with whatever it is that you promised yourself. And it makes such a big difference. Let's look at the quote. We have a great quote that I found a lot of good quotes about focus, by the way. And it was hard to decide, but I chose this one, who's from uh, an Indian saint who calls himself Sadhguru. What you choose to focus on determines the quality of your life. Okay, everybody, close your eyes for a moment. Let's just sit with this one. What you choose to focus on determines the quality of your life. Think about that. What you choose to focus on determines the quality of your life. So if you focus on negativity, your spirit is going to be filled with negativity and you're only going to see negative things. And then you wonder, why do bad things happen to me? Because that's what you choose to see. If you focus on love and whatever goals you have for your physical being, for your spiritual being, for your environment, your community, whatever it is, if you focus on the positive and clarity around those things, then what happens? If you focus on a project that you were supposed to do, guess what? The project gets completed because you devoted the time with intention to get it done. Now, on the contrary, if you tell yourself you have to do something and you don't do it, and days and weeks go by, oh, I didn't do it, you have no one to blame but yourself at the end of whatever your time period is when you didn't accomplish it. So let's focus with intention. That's why I believe in lists. I make lists all the time, every day. This morning I got up and made a list because now I'll often suggest that you make the list the night before. I didn't do that last night. So I got up early this morning and made my list, and I put it in the categories of all the different things that are going on in my life and started to check them off. Because if you make your list with small enough tasks that you really can check things off as you go along, it gives you energy and makes you feel success. When you make goals that are so big that, oh, you have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, and G in order to get to the end, well, that's not helpful. You wanna be able to have the A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, and you check each one of those off, and when you get to the end, then you may have reached the big goal, but not that they're just big goals on the list because you need motivation. Focus with intention. Decide whenever you can the night before, what do I intend to do tomorrow? What do I intend to do, and how do I intend to begin my day? How can I support the life that I have? How can I do the very best that I can to be in alignment with what I have told myself I wanna do? One way to do that is to make that list and keep it laser sharp. I think it was Steve Jobs who said that in one of the quotes about intention, he said that about focus is the ability to say no. It's not about being able to say yes. He said, focus is about the ability to say no. I thought that was a great one too, because we sometimes accept everything. Yes, I'll do this, I'll do this. And I'm guilty of this. Sometimes, as a small business owner, I'll accept this project, that one, because, well, we need to accept all of them. No, we don't. We need to stay focused. We need to stay focused, open to the bounty of the universe, but focused. And when we stay focused, what happens? When we focus with intention, the doors open in a different kind of a way. And I have seen bounty come when when I am laser sharp in my focus. And I've seen it dissipate when I'm not. So, what do we want? What do we want for ourselves? What do we want for our life to be the best it can possibly be? What do you want? And how can you reach that goal? I think because we are so that is a small cohort working with me in this 100-day plan, and we went all the way in last week. And I think it helped us to realize, if you are able to commit daily, great things can happen, right? And isn't it worth it for us to make that commitment? I certainly think so. So right now, I wanna do something that we've been doing a lot of in the past few weeks. I'd like to do a meditation. So I hope that you'll join me in this. So refresh your posture. Put your feet flat on the floor, your thumbs and forefingers touching on your knees, and just breathe. You can close your eyes if you'd like. We're breathing in with intention. Breathe in with intention. Exhale with intention. Breathe in with intention. Exhale with intention. Fallon, if we can put any music under it, great. If not, we'll live with the silence that is surrounding us. Breathe naturally but deeply. Yes, thank you. This is when music can help to lead us into that sweet space inside. Exhale. What is your focus for today? What is important for you to accomplish for yourself today? Ask your being, what is worth it for you to focus on today? What you focus on determines the quality of your life. What do you choose to focus on today? What do you want for yourself? What do you want for your work? What do you want for your family? What do you deserve? Breathe life into what you deserve. Honor yourself by believing that you deserve the best. And by knowing that you can and will do the work in order to make it manifest. And you do that by focusing with intention. When you feel yourself falling off course, breathe. Remind yourself of your intention. Realign yourself. Ask for God's grace to guide your steps. Align grace with your intention. Grace is always there, but what is your intention? What do you want for your life right now? What do you deserve? What is standing in the way of you being able to focus with intention? What situations, people, circumstances do you need to let go of so that you can focus with intention? What is distracting you? And is it worth it? And if it is, it has to become something other than a distraction. It needs to be in alignment with your life. Take another deep breath in, breathing in light, hold it, and then exhale light. I'm going to do 2 more of those. Breathe in light, exhale light. 1 more. Breathe in light and exhale light. Thank yourself for breathing with intention and for giving yourself this moment to align all that is good. Now you may open your eyes. How are you feeling? Do you feel that buzz of energy in your being? Anything came up for you that felt important for you to remember, jot it down now. There's something that you need to do for yourself to focus with intention a little bit better than maybe you did before now. What can you do for yourself to help you stay in alignment with the greatness within you, to help you be more attuned to your goals? Write it down because this is for you. This is a gift for you to give yourself. And then every day this week, you can focus on that. It's worth it. You're worth it. And when you feel like you've fallen off course, don't beat yourself up. Just go back to the breath. Go back to just taking a couple of minutes to realign yourself and to understand the importance of honoring the moment that you're in. When you find yourself getting distracted by the game, by the book, by the news, by whatever, by a person, by a situation, pause, return to the breath, and remind yourself that you can do something different. You don't have to stay stuck in that. Whatever you put your mind to, that is what's going to happen for your life. So let's look at that quote again. It's a really powerful, simple quote that carries so much impact. What you choose to focus on determines the quality of your life. Do you see that? There's some people who are miserable. They're focusing on things that are miserable. They're focusing on all the negative things. And I am not suggesting that you won't have negative moments where you won't get your feelings hurt, where you won't be sad. You know, a friend of mine, I just saw that her husband passed away, and they've been married for many, many years. And I wrote to her just offering her blessings, and she said, right now it feels surreal. But she knows that she and her adult child, they'll be able to move on in the sense of carrying her husband's spirit with her into their future. She's in pain now, but it doesn't take away her faith. It doesn't take away her memories. The focus that she's having now is living day by day as she is experiencing grief. So I want to be very clear. I am not saying that to focus with intention means that every day is going to be, twirling in the roses. Not at all. Life happens, stuff happens, emotions happen, things happen that trigger all kinds of stuff for us. But Sadhguru says what you choose to focus on determines the quality of your life. That is so good and clear and simple. So I invite all of us, no matter what is going on in your life, remember that what you choose to focus on determines the quality of that moment. So don't dwell on things that are paralyzing, things that are negative. You can address them. You can address what's not going right. You can address whatever you're in the throes of. You want to deal with your life, whatever that is. You don't want to pretend that your life is going in a way that it isn't. You want to be honest with yourself. And you can be positive. You can have intention to live through and with whatever's going on. You can be strong even when it's hard. That will help to determine the quality of your life, how you deal with stuff, right? So live your life, be strong, face whatever is before you. Face it with intention, with love, with focus, with strength. Be able to speak up for yourself, for your heart, for what you deserve. Speak up to yourself about what you deserve. Claim it and then go for it and work on it every single day. You are worth it. And it doesn't mean it's easy, but you are worth it. Good morning, Virginia. Good to see you. Good morning, everyone, wherever you are in the world, whatever time of day it is, either in real time or later. Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending this time with me, with each other. And I hope you will focus with intention. It works. It's powerful. Until next time, have a great day and make it count. Namaste.